Hi everybody, it's July 31st, 2025. Back when I was at a minimal understanding about life, or my life, namely, I was kind of, I tended to kind of veer towards the questioning of fairness in terms of my life. I would reason with myself and with the God in my mind and say, how is this happening to me? How am I going through so much pain and suffering, and I'm not even that bad of a person? And it just couldn't make sense to me, but I didn't dwell on it that long, because it's just natural for me to keep on walking through, even though I'm suffering. I didn't dwell on it that long, but it was a part of my inner conversation. Where I was wondering, where's the fairness of all the suffering that I was going through? And it brought to me the term, or the saying, that even more will be taken away from the ones who have not, and even more will be given to the ones that have. And as I went through my life, I found that, that at first I thought that was the most completely unfair thing to utter. And even though it didn't make me disbelief or take away any of my faith that I had, I thought it was unfair. And so what I saw from that phrase in terms of relating to my life was that I was so lonely. There was no one in my life, and I felt like I had nothing. And so even more was taken away because I felt like people were judging me and insulting me daily, and just shunning me and ostracizing me. So I felt like I was that person that had nothing, and everything was and even more was being taken away. And then there were parts of my life where I felt like I had more. I felt like I had a lot. I felt like I had everything I asked for. And it felt like things just kept on coming to me. And it felt like I was so blessed, and I was so at peace, and I was just so lucky or fortunate. And that solidified the complete phrase to me, that I had more, and even more was given to me. So I thought, if I could experience both of these in my life, what does that mean about fairness? Or what does that mean about the nature of spirit? And I guess obviously you can see the nature of impermanence in that saying. You won't always be lacking, and you won't always be laden. You go through different periods of feast or famine, as I've touched upon before. So that is not the end of the story, though, because it could be inverse. The saying could be inverse. Like, what if you have a lack of pain? Even more will be taken away from you, and you'll be elevated to utter peace. And that is having little and having even more being taken away from you, but it's a good thing. Being at peace and having problems and situations and people out of your life, or people in your life that promote your peace and take away that extraneous distractions and suffering. And so what happens to the person that has more? So the person that has more, you have a lot of noise in your life, you have a lot of problems, you have a lot of stress, and even more will be given to you. So this balance, or nature of or inverse nature of this phrase cancels each other out, and it makes for the pathway of life, for the highway of life. So just because you feel like you can't quantify or qualify the fairness or the unfairness of your current position, remember that there are two sides to suffering. There are two sides to joy and peace. And there's no reason to stay discouraged for too long. And I keep on saying it all comes back to having a Father in the center, so that you can make sense out of these feast or famine times, even if they are inversed or not. So I hope this helps. Thanks.